My name is Eva, and I was 15 when I met John. He was the new boy at school, with brown hair and bright blue eyes. He was kind, funny, and very handsome. From the moment I saw him, I liked him. One day, I noticed John sitting alone, looking lost in his thoughts. Gathering my courage, I walked up to him and smiled. "Hi, my name is Eva. Can I sit with you?" John looked up and smiled warmly. Yes, of course. That day, we talked for hours. From that moment on, we became friends. We spent more and more time together, walking home from school, doing homework side by side, sharing our dreams, and laughing at silly jokes. Whenever I was with him, I felt truly happy. One afternoon, John asked me to go to the movies with him. My heart skipped a beat. I was so excited. Yes, I said quickly, maybe a little too quickly. That evening, we watched a funny movie, ate popcorn, and laughed until our stomachs hurt. After the movie, we took a walk in the park. The cool night air was fresh, and the stars shone brightly above us. Suddenly, John gently took my hand. My heart started racing, and I felt warmth rush through me. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about John, about the way he looked at me, the way his hand felt in mine. I liked him so much, but I was scared to tell him. What if he didn't feel the same way? A few weeks later, we were sitting by the lake. It was a beautiful day, the sun was shining. The birds were singing, and a soft breeze played with my hair. John turned to me, looking nervous. "Eva," he said, his voice a little shaky. "I need to tell you something." My heart pounded in my chest. Was he going to say what I hoped? John took a deep breath. "I like you, Eva. I like you a lot." I felt like my heart would burst with happiness. I smiled, trying to keep my voice steady. "I like you too, John." We both laughed, our faces glowing with joy. That was the day John became my boyfriend. We were so happy together. We spent our days going to the park, watching movies, sharing our dreams, and talking about the future. John always listened to me, supported me, and made me feel special. I loved him deeply, but not every day was perfect. One day, we had a fight over something silly. I don't even remember what it was about. We were both angry and said things we didn't mean. I ran to my room and cried. Later, John came to me, his face full of regret. "I'm sorry, Eva," he said softly. "I didn't mean to hurt you." I wiped my tears and whispered, "I'm sorry too, John." He pulled me into a hug, and we promised to always talk things out instead of fighting. We made so many beautiful memories together. We went on picnics, walked along the beach, and watched the stars at night. On my birthday, John gave me a heart-shaped locket. Inside, there was a tiny picture of us. "This is to remind you that I will always love you," he said. Tears of happiness filled my eyes. I love you so much, John, but happiness doesn't always last forever. One day, John told me he had to move away. His dad got a new job in another city. My heart shattered, tears streamed down my face. "No, you can't go," I whispered. John held me close. "I will always love you, Eva. We'll keep in touch. We'll see each other again, I promise." In our last days together, we visited all our favorite places, talking, laughing, and sometimes crying. On the day he left, I handed him a picture of us. "This is to remind you that I will always love you too," I said, trying to smile through my tears. After he left, we wrote letters, called each other, and shared everything about our lives. But as time passed, the letters became less frequent. The calls became shorter. Life got busy. Even though we drifted apart, I will never forget my first love. The boy with brown hair and blue eyes, who once held my hand in the park and made my heart race. As time passed, John and I made new friends. We still loved each other, but the distance made things difficult. One day, John called me. His voice was soft but serious. "Eva, I think we need to talk," he said. My heart sank. I knew what was coming. "I love you, Eva," John continued, "but we're growing apart. I think it's best if we let go." Tears filled my eyes. My heart felt like it was breaking into pieces. That night, I cried for hours, holding on to the necklace John had given me. But deep down, I knew he was right. We had to move on. At first, it was unbearable. I missed John every single day, the way he made me laugh, the way he understood me. But I knew I couldn't stay stuck in the past. So, I focused on my studies, spent more time with my friends, and did things that made me happy. Even though John and I weren't together anymore, I kept the necklace and the letters he had written. They reminded me of the love we once shared and the beautiful memories we had created. Years passed. I went to college, met new people, and even fell in love again. But I never forgot John. He was my first love, and no matter how much time passed, he would always have a special place in my heart. One day, I received a letter. My hands trembled as I opened it. It was from John. "Dear Eva, I hope you are doing well. I just wanted to thank you for the wonderful times we shared. You will always be my first love. And I will always cherish our memories. Take care, love, John." A soft smile spread across my face as I read his words. My heart felt warm. It was comforting to know that he still remembered, that our love had meant something to him too. John and I may not have ended up together, but he would always be a part of me. Our love was special, pure, and unforgettable. It taught me what it meant to love and be loved. Love isn't always easy, but it is always worth it. Life moved on. I met new people, had new experiences, and learned new lessons. But our first love never truly leaves us. It shapes us, teaches us, and stays in our hearts forever. Years later, I met someone new, Mark. He was kind, caring, and made me laugh in ways I had forgotten. I loved him deeply. And Mark understood. He knew about John, about my first love. He never felt jealous or insecure because he knew something important: love doesn't replace love. It grows. My heart had made room for new love, for Mark. But it had not forgotten John. Love changes, but it never disappears. It stays in the quiet corners of our hearts, reminding us of where we've been and how far we've come. Now, I am happy. I have found love again. But I will always remember John. He will always be a part of me. Our love will always be a beautiful memory, because love is a beautiful thing. It makes us happy, it makes us cry, and it makes us feel alive. My first love taught me that love is the most important thing in life, and for that, I will always be grateful.